My name is Delmarshae, and I hope everyone is doing great today. I just wanted to kind of talk about things that are going on in our country right now. Some of it I feel like, for instance, the infrastructure bill that Biden wanted to pass. I think that's a good thing because, like, the country do need certain repairs done for safety reasons and to make sure that accidents don't happen, like bridge collapse and things like that. So that is something that's good that we do need. And just right now he can't get it passed because of two people on the Democrat and within the Democratic Party. And that's the thing that he did not expect to happen. I had said previously, like, they want everything right now to be just Democrats because they felt that coming into the new presidency, that if everyone was a Democrat within the Democrat Party, they would have better chance of getting things passed. He just never thought that it would be two people within his party that's kind of like holding everything up. And I think that's some of the things that happen when your intentions are not good in the beginning. And because you would think it would be the Republican Party that's holding them up, but it's not. So even though that one thing that he wants to do is something that's good for the country, everything that he's doing on the other side is backfiring. That's part of the reason why a lot of, they're letting a lot of people come across the border, because they figure if they let these people in and they're able to vote, like if they fast track them and give, because like some of the people that's coming over, they're already giving them access to be able to get jobs. And I feel that's wrong for the simple fact that you're firing American people who was willing to work. They just chose not to get the V, and that's their right to choose not to do something to their body for whatever reason it is that they're choosing that. But you're allowing people to come over here illegally, which is against the law, and then take jobs away from people, or or have the potential of getting jobs that the American people couldn't be working now. But if you really think about it, even though this country is supposed to be a democracy where it's the people that's choosing, this country was founded on a monarch system. Because you got to think about, they came from England originally and settled here. When you're in England, or when you're under a monarch, the only people who have power are the kings and queens and their descendants. And whatever class you're born into, you're more or less going to remain in that class. You don't have an opportunity to move up. So when they came over here, they're saying they're coming over here for a better life, a different life. But even though we're supposed to be a democratic system, it's still underlying with that monarch type of mentality. Because if you notice, it's like they're getting rid of the middle class. And so that would leave either you're really poor or you're rich, so it's no in between. It's easier to go from being poor to middle class to upper middle class to rich to wealthy. But if you're poor or low income, it's very hard to make that change when you're trying to go from being very poor, uneducated, or not a great education to being rich. It's not impossible, but it's hard, especially when you don't have people there who's trying to help you advance in your life to get to the next level. So that's why it's very important that we do have a strong middle class. If you think about what has happened over the years, well, not really over the years, but starting with last year, 2020, people was getting stimulus check. They was getting more income by being unemployed than they were by actually working, and different things like that. What a lot of people did back in 2000, the end of 2000 and beginning of 2001, they used that money to pay off debt. They was paying off credit card debt. They was also using that money to save, as well as invest. It was a lot of first-time investors who has never had had an account at a stock, to buy stocks. So this was like their first time ever buying stocks. So they're just looking at investing, looking at growing their money. Some people, became first-time home buyers and stuff like that. So when you're getting money from the government or from the system or however you're getting that money, what they expect you to do is run out and spend it. Because when you run out and spend it, they're basically getting it back. You're getting things, or you're accumulating more debt while they're getting richer. But when the stuff kind of started backfiring, and people was like, okay, no, I'm going to go ahead and pay out, use this opportunity to pay off credit card debt. When you're paying off credit card debt, those people are not making money. They don't make money when you pay off debt. When you're investing, that means your money is sitting in an account somewhere making you money. That's how they get rich. So when you're playing the same games that they're playing, they get upset because they want that underlying monarch to remain in place. So there is not a shortage of food. There is not a shortage of goods, because if it's sitting out there in the water and you know where it's at, there's not a shortage. It's a shortage of employees to go out, people working to go out, get that stuff. Put it a shortage of truck drivers to deliver to those stores. It's a shortage of stock boys or stock girls or whoever to stock the stuff on shelves, which is caused by who? The president. Because like I said, he feels like if you're low income, no income, uneducated, most of those people historically voted Democrat. But once you start making money, once you start having a strong middle class, your mindset change. You start looking at things different. You're not trying to look at who can I depend on to take care of me like the government. You're looking at, okay, how can I grow my money? How can I invest my money? How can I get more money? How can I move up in life? How can I go from being poor to middle class to eventually being rich? Some people can jump from one category to another. Some people need to crawl before they walk. When you're taking away the middle class, when you're taking away people's opportunity to do that, you're keeping them poor. You're keeping them humble to the point that they're looking at you as God instead of looking at God as God. And a lot of people now have that God mentality. They feel like they know everything when they don't. And so it's like, please just don't give up your freedom as an American to have a democracy where you can grow, where you can get rich. If you work all your life and the only thing you got to depend on is Social Security, they don't want to raise your Social Security to meet the cost of living, but that's your money that they done took out of your check, saying, okay, we're going to make sure we take care of you, which in reality they don't. All that money they're using to take care of the people that are coming into the country, why not use that to better your citizens? Because it would be a problem if they did that. It's like, I'm sorry, I get so frustrated and so passionate because it's like, I don't want people to fall into the trap, the things they try to do to manipulate you on a mental level. And it's like, when I see that happening, regardless of who it is, I don't like it. And one of the ways they do that to manipulate people, especially black people and white people, we already know how things went in America. We already know as black people how we got here, slavery. We should never forget history. History should be taught honestly, but in a history class. It's just like if I had a bad relationship or someone in my life, first thing that people would say, oh, let it go, move on. That's the only way you're going to grow. That's the same thing I feel about history, especially when it's used to manipulate and control people on a mental level. And a lot of times that's what politicians do, and a lot of times that's what the news people do. Use black and white issues to fuel black and white problems when it's really not a problem. History should always be taught honestly. History should always be taught from a point of education, but it should never be used to manipulate, control, and fuel anger. Just think about this for a minute. Say everyone is on an even playing field. Everyone has the same amount of land, you know, different races, nationalities, and everything like that. They have everything the same. They have a blueprint on how to build and make money off their land. So everyone else is working, growing, doing what they're supposed to. Black people were doing the same thing. Then all of a sudden it's an issue. We leave our land to go fight that issue, come back and start building again. It's another issue. We leave what we're doing to go deal with that issue. Then eventually we're going to look around, everyone else is building, everyone else is growing, except for us. Then we're looking at, oh, who's holding us back? Oh, no, it's all this other stuff that's coming up that has nothing. If it's not growing you, if it's not moving you forward, leave it behind. Don't fall into that trap of, oh, I'm going to run over here and see what. If it's injustice, true injustice, then deal with that injustice. But don't ever stop building. Don't ever stop moving forward. And don't ever let an individual, the mentality of an individual, hold you back. You know, it's like we as a nation just need to come together and stop allowing Democrats, Republicans, and news people to divide us. Because if we do that, we as a people, Americans, we as a people can never move forward. We will always be dealing with bullshit that we can't change. We don't need to be caught in that trap. When you get caught in that trap, everything that's going on now, arguing about who's been beat, who has not, people losing their jobs because they're making decisions that they consider is best for them, stuff not being in the grocery store, they're trying to make you feel like, oh my God, it's a shortage, it's a shortage. No, it's an issue that they created. Now they're putting that on you. If they just get off their behinds and do their jobs, what they was putting in those positions to do, there would be no problem. Stop trying to force people to get something they don't want. Stop, go ahead and go fix the border issue and put people back to work. Guess what? You will see food on the shelves. You will see gifts for Christmas. You will see all that. It's not an issue with the people. It's the issue with the politicians who don't want to do their jobs. They just want to sit back and collect money. They're getting paid. But hardworking people, they're not. They're out here fighting for their freedom in America. Why are you fighting for freedom in America with other Americans who's in position to look out for your best interests? I'm just going to leave it right there for right now. But that's basically what I want to say. Just don't get caught up in all the BS that's currently going around. Don't get caught up in this person. We just need to come together. We just need to work together, and we just need to keep building, keep moving forward. Don't let them stop your momentum. You know, if you're able to invest, invest. If you're able to save money, save money. If you're able to pay off your debt, pay off your debt. If you're able to buy a house, buy your house. Like I said, they don't want you to move forward. They don't want to strong middle class, because then there will always be that wide division. Poor people are poor people, regardless of what color they are. Rich people are rich people, regardless of what color they are. If you want to be able to move between classes, you're going to have to come together and say, okay, we're going to build a strong middle class, and we're going to look out for everyone. Everyone should be able to move forward. Everyone should be able to progress if they want to. If they're not moving forward, then that's their choice. You can't make a person learn if they don't want to learn. You can't make a person move if they don't want to move. You know, so it's like we just need to stop pitting against black, white, or any other nationality against any other nationality, and just work together and understand what's really going on in politicians and with these politics. They're really underlying trying to be a monarch and just keep it Democrat at this point. And to me, that's just foul. That's just really, really foul. But thank you for allowing me to take this time and have this conversation with you. And peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day.